Okay guys, now I'm going to look at a subcomponent, which is a component from a larger appliance. This is a power supply, just a generic power supply out of a desktop computer. Well, first thing I'm going to do, because I don't need to worry about ever getting this particular one up and running again, I'm just going to make it easier for myself to just get rid of this big massive rat tail and move that over into a separate container to be processed later. Okay, next thing is you've just got usually 4. Sometimes on the high-end models you get some on the side, or you get 6 or 8 of these, but normally just 4 Phillips head. And that's usually, and one of them almost always is tucked away in a hidden spot, usually under a sticker that says warranty void if removed. Then once you find it, this cover should come off, and what I do, I just squish it down, then excuse the noise, straight into the scrap bin. Okay, that goes into scrap metal, what they call pressed steel or thin shred. And then we just open her up, doing a little operation. And again, quite often there's just 4 Phillips head screws. There we go, bit of view, hopefully. There we go. And that means you'll get the main circuit board. Now this is a power board. In compliances or appliances, when you actually get when the 240 volt comes in, that's what we use in Australia. Horrible stuff, 240 volt. Really good for killing human beings, unfortunately. But then what happens is you take that, you actually just separate the power board, and power boards come with transformers, capacitors, and like heat sinks on quite large heat sinks. That's a pretty standard power board for one of these. Again, deal with him later. All right, so that leaves us just with the fan and the input, and sometimes an output. Quite often there will also be a switch just under here. That switch is, if it is actually there, it's not on this one, but if it's there, that's just a switch between 240 volt, which is Australia, and 110 volt, which is American, basically. So if that switch is in there, they also get put into a container. I deal with them at a later point in time. But it doesn't take long just to get this down into its subcomponents. And then what happens is, I mean, I've got a spot now for pretty much everything when it comes apart, because I've done so many of them. So that just goes, got a spot over there. And then I just got these 2 switches to deal with. In this particular case, I'm just going to snip him. And deal with him later. This one. So it doesn't take long to take a power supply apart. And the actual boards will take apart later on. And I can show you that in another video. So again, just clip them apart, and then we have one more bit of sheet metal. Again, I just fold him over. Now this is more for storage, it's not for anything other than basically making it smaller space that I need to store these things, because they do add up. Alright, and that is how you strip a computer power supply, desktop power supply. Alright, thanks for joining. See you guys.